My name is Angela Oldroyd. Our business is the promotion company in Hull. We bought the business 10 years ago, and what we do is supply promotional gifts, incentives and corporate workwear. Yeah, I'll be honest, buying a business was the last thing on my mind, but my husband had found himself in a position that his role was going to become redundant, and he actually started talking to a neighbour about this, and it all transpires that this neighbour was going to sell a business that may be of interest to him. But I think there's a risk in everything that you do. You could always lose your job if you don't do something correctly, and that's how I continue to see it now. At least this way I think we have a little bit more control about how our day-to-day work goes, and to me it was a risk well worth taking. I got into my role, which I was told was sales and marketing at that time. It wasn't something I was particularly comfortable or confident enough to actually, I feel, do well, and I couldn't be more wrong. I suppose I entered into business at the age of 38, and suddenly I found the job I should have been doing all of my life. I felt fulfilled. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, obviously, as most businesses and organisations, we did struggle around about 2010, and that was a very difficult period. We did, I'll be honest, spend a bit of time licking our wounds and thinking we could carry on our business very low key. But we soon became bored with that and realised that that wasn't the way forward. Having gained our confidence back from the recession, we decided it was time to get ourselves out there big time, really. We had done an end user show before for our clients to try and exhibit a really huge range of our products by getting our suppliers from all over the country to exhibit. That had worked really well, and that was in 2010. And I'll be honest, this has been the first year that we felt we had the confidence to do that again. So why I think that that's a great achievement is that particular event that we held. I feel like it's a representation of 10 years hard graft, 10 years of developing very meaningful conversations with our clients, understanding them, 10 years of developing relationships with the University of Hull, which is where we held it. There were people who spoke who inspire me. I felt that that represented the relationships we'd built up with them, and that they were prepared to do that for us. The fact that we had 15 suppliers who travelled 6 hours in some cases to be there. I just felt it was a massive representation of everything that we'd done, and I felt really proud. Obviously, being a business owner has pressures at times. There are times where we have to work all the weekend because somebody needs something urgently. I'll be honest, that doesn't bother me, because I think if somebody wants us to work all those hours, it means income for us, it means profit for us, it means they're going to tell lots of people that we've done it. That's no problem to me, because you think if someone's you're in that much demand, that's quite a good feeling, really. And particularly when you have to bring the team in to do it. We had an instance where we had 500 bags. We were asked at 4 o'clock on a Thursday evening, I think it was, if we could produce 500 printed cotton shoppers by 9 a.m. the following morning. And we had such a great team. We all stayed and we all did it, and they were delivered to that client at 9 o'clock the next morning. It's not ideal, you don't want that all the time, but it's quite a good feeling when the team get together and start working. So, you know, it's not all bad news having to work hard to please a client. It does have its benefits. I am very much inspired by individuals. I love what my father called grafters. That's what inspires me. People who are willing to go out, work really, really hard and reap the benefits of that. The obvious one is Alan Sugar, who came from Nout, as we'd say here, and he's done really, really well. He's had that determination to succeed. But probably more personally for me, the grafter I would relate to is my husband. He's always worked, and I work with now, and works incredibly hard. And I think that when you reap the rewards, then that to me is what inspires me, people's hard work and getting the benefits from doing so. At 17 years of age, I got a job as a dental nurse, and until recently, unfortunately, when the dentist I worked for died, I've kept in touch with that dentist. But I still remember the words he told me on my first interview was that he felt that he never wanted people to work for him. He always hoped people would work with him. And I remembered that from being 17, and that's been my attitude to working with anybody, whether I've been their manager, whether I'm a business owner, whatever I've been. I've always felt it's important to treat people, being staff, being your clients, in the way that I would like to be treated, and it's worked.